Ashbury. Today we're going to work on our core. Now our core is not just our abdominals and our back, it's actually more like a half wetsuit. So cutting off the sleeves almost like my t-shirt and then goes all the way down into halfway down our legs as well. Just like this picture here. So as always, remember that not all exercises are suitable for everyone. So go through this checklist first, make sure you have the right equipment, the right space, and that you're able to do these exercises. If you can't, that's okay. You can always skip the exercise and go to another one. Or if this video is not for you, just try another video. Have you done the warm-up yet? If not, go do the warm-up, come back, and we'll get started. All right, so we're going to start on our hands and knees. So finding a tabletop position, you're going to tuck your toes under. That's going to make your hips more stable. Try to find a line straight from your knees all the way up to your hips, so you're one flat line. If you know you have bad wrists, you can roll your mat a few times, put your hands so that your fingers are off your mat and your hands are on the mat, or your palms are on the mat. From here, we're going to just warm up a little bit more of our spine. So starting in this position, let's go cat and cow. So tucking your tailbone under, rounding your back, coming into your biggest cat. Think about pushing your hands and knees away from each other. And then we're going to go into cow, slowly moving our tailbone, dropping our stomach, dropping our chest, lifting our head. And then think about pulling the hands and knees together. We'll do this 2 more times. Nice and slow, rounding down. Pushing our hands apart. And then opposite. And it's okay if you're cat and cow. Don't move very much. It's more about the intention of moving your spine and creating more range in your spine. Last cow. Good. All right, so find a flat back. So what that means is you're not in an arch, you're not rounded. Your head is going to be in line with your shoulders, looking down between your hands, not dropping your head, and looking up. Try to find that straight line. Now next, move to your ribs. Make sure your ribs are not dropping down to the floor. You're actually pulling them up. You'll feel your abdominals engage. All right, so ribs are pulled up, head is in line, one straight line from head to tailbone. From here, we're going to drop our chest down, pinching our shoulder blades together, and then push that floor away. 2 more. Pinching the shoulder blades together, pushing the floor away. These are scapular push-ups. Good. Okay, next one. From here, let's take one hand, place it on our head, kind of pointing out to the side. We're going to drop down, elbow to ground, and then rotate elbow as high as you can without shifting through your hips. So down, and rotate. Last one. Good. Place that hand down. Find equal weight in both knees. Place the opposite hand on the head. Drop down and rotate away. And some of us might rotate a lot. Some of us might rotate just a little, and that's all right. And drop that hand down. All right, so come back to your table position. Ribs are pulled up, knees and hips right in line, head in line with spine. Here, we're going to push opposite hand and opposite knee, so right hand, left knee down into the mat. You won't see me move much, but you're going to feel for a line of tension, either in the front of the body or the back of the body. And then we're going to push left hand, right knee. So that line of tension moves from the opposite shoulder to the opposite hip. Good, let's do one more time. Right side, left knee. Good, and left hand, right knee. So this is engaging our cross body. So we're trying to engage both sides together. Let's do one more. Right hand, left knee. Hold for 3, 2, 1. And then left hand, right knee. Hold 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, so in this position again, I want you to find equal weight in both knees. From here, we're going to have a little bit more weight in that left hand, but equal weight in both knees. Lift the right hand half an inch. Good, put it back down. Next, equal weight in both knees, a little bit more weight in that right hand, lift, left hand half an inch. Good, and notice I'm not shifting at all when I'm moving, so I'm trying to be as stable as possible. So, left hand grounds down, equal weight in both knees, lift. Good, and it's okay if you don't have equal weight in both knees, just try for it, try to find that. So right hand pushes down, left hand lifts. Good. Awesome. Okay. All right, we're going to start at the back of our mat. We're going to line our hands up with our knees, so directly in front of each other. We're going to be in that straight spine, so ribs pulled in, head nice and flat. Now we're going to move opposite hand, opposite knee, slowly walking forward. No shifting those hips, no wiggling, no wobbling. Slowly walking forward, knees are staying on the ground. This is just a warm-up. Good, and then we're going to take it back. Nice and slow and controlled. Feel for that cross abdominal connection. Okay, we'll go one more up. So opposite hand, opposite knee. This one's making you smarter too. You're getting your brain involved. And then take it back. Good. Nice work. Okay, next one we're going to move to seated. And if you have a wall, I want you to sit with your back against the wall. If you don't have a wall, try to sit as straight as possible or pretend like there's a wall there. Now what you do with your legs is really whatever is comfortable to you. So you can sit cross-legged, you can sit with straight legs, you can have bent, you can sit up on a block. Especially if your hip flexors are really tight or if you're in a rounded position like this. So you want to be as tall as you can. All right, so starting from the tailbone, I want you to get your tailbone as close to the wall as you can. And then we're going to slowly work up our spine, pulling it back to the wall. So you'll feel your abdominals engaged because you don't want your ribs pushing forward, you want them pulling back in. It's okay if your shoulders are a little bit rounded, just to get that straight spine pulling back towards the wall. We're going to bring our head against the wall as well. So we might get a double chin. It's okay. Nobody else is watching. All right, so pulling those ribs back, we're going to take some deep breaths. And we're going to breathe in almost a 360, so all the way around our ribs. So hands can just be down by your side or wherever's comfortable. Take 3 deep breaths. So big inhale in, really expanding the ribs in all sides. And then exhaling. As you exhale out, think like everything's getting smaller and closer to your inner core. So that big breath out. Big breath in. Expanding, pushing into the wall, not letting those ribs come too far forward. Exhaling, pulling everything back in. Good, one more, big expand. Push everything out against the wall. And exhale, pulling everything back in. Nice and tall. All right, we're gonna stay in this position for a little bit longer. Feel free to change your legs if you need to. Keep everything smushed against the wall, but really, really tall spine. Take those arms out in front of you. We are going to pretend like we have a block between our hands. So squeeze that block. Good. From there, we're going to push our block away so my shoulders are coming off the wall, but my ribs are not. Then we're going to come back to neutral. So not so far back that our shoulders come up, just pulling back to neutral. Okay. So squeeze that block, push away, pull back in, push away, pull back in. Good. Try to maintain the space between your shoulder blades. Try to maintain that against the wall. One more. Good. These might be challenging, and that's okay. Turn your palms up. So now we're holding our block in our hands, so we're keeping it elevated. We're same thing. Pull the arms away. Bring them back. Push them away. Bring them back. Keep those shoulders down away from your ears. Last one. Good. Can we feel our abs being engaged? Because we're trying to keep our ribs back to the wall. All right, 2 more. So this position here, shoulders down away from your ears, spine against the wall, big breath in, open those arms. Big breath out, close. So only open as far that again, the space between your shoulder blades stays on the wall. Good. Pretend like there's a bit of mud or a big giant ball between your elbows. You're squeezing it in. One more. Pulling out and squeezing in. Good. Straighten those arms again. Palms face up, shoulders down. One more, I promise, in this position. Pull those ribs back. Breathe. Open. Good. Squeeze that ball as you're coming in. Open. Good. Squeeze that ball. Pull everything towards the wall. Breathe. Inhale. Expanding those ribs. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Bring those hands down. Woo! Hopefully you felt a bit of core as well as that upper back working. Remember, the core, our core that we're working today is our half wetsuit. So it doesn't work that spot as well. All right, next we're going to transition to a standing position. Okay, in standing position, you're going to need a wall that you can lean against and put your arms against. So starting with your back against the wall, we're going to turn our feet out so our heels are closer together and our toes are turned out. We're going to try to find that entire spine against the wall. It's not going to happen. There is going to be a space, but really I want you to think about breathing those ribs and pulling them back against the wall. It's okay if your shoulders have to come off. Head's going to be against the wall too. So from here, breathing up as tall as we can, keeping everything against the wall. Let's take a deep breath, expanding all 360 all around those ribs. Big exhale, pulling everything together. Now our next inhale, we're going to lift up, sliding up the wall, thinking about keeping our heels as close together as we can without squeezing our glutes. And then back down. So head against the wall, ribs against the wall, lift, slide up. Good, and back down. We will feel this hopefully in our calves as well as maybe some glute and hamstring. Ribs are working, so we're pulling down, we're feeling our core, we're keeping our head back. We're working into the back side of our body. Okay, so as you lift, try to keep those heels squeezed together. They're not going to stay together, but we want them as close as you can. Good. We'll do 2 more. Ribs pulled back. Last one. Excellent. All right. Walk yourself a little bit away from the wall. Feet can face forward. We're going to take our hands and place them against the wall. So the pinky side of our finger is going to be right against those walls, thumbs pointing towards us. So again, not pushing our chest out, trying to pull back, Also not dropping our head forward, keeping it back. So these are called reverse planks. We're going to stay in the plank position, and we are going to lower ourselves back to the wall. Oop, I'm a little far away. Don't be too far. And then push ourselves off the wall, but keeping contact with those pinky fingers. Coming back, moving forward. Think about moving from your shoulders. So your shoulders are pulling back to the wall, your shoulders are moving forward. Good, shoulders pulling back, shoulders moving forward. So no head, no ribs, just shoulder movement. Think about flexing through those ankles. So ground your feet down, flexing through. You probably will feel this in your triceps, especially if you're pushing hard against that wall. Little movements sliding up and down the wall with those hands is fine. Good job. Let's go 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. Remember, core is all about half wetsuit, so we got to get into the shoulder girdle, down into the arm a little bit. Okay, next one, facing the wall. We're going to go into a split stance. So let's take our right leg and place our big toe against the wall. Our left leg is going to come back, keeping those hips pointing towards the wall. Take our elbows, place them on the wall. Fingers, so our pinky finger side also touches the wall. We're going to round out our back, so puff and widen your shoulder blades, but keep your head back. In this position, I want you to be really strong with those legs, so ground that left heel down, bend in that front knee. From here, we're going to slide our elbows up, only as far as you can still maintain that wide upper back, and then pull your elbows down to shoulder height. Slide up and down. Let's do this on a breath. So breathe in, breathe out. Good, breathe in, breathe out. Maybe breathe out as you go up if that feels more comfortable. And last one. Good, okay, turn your palms down, so we're now more in the plank position. And if it's more comfortable on your shoulders, bring your hands together, whichever you prefer. So being really strong on that left leg, shoulder blades down, wide upper back. We're going to lift our front heel so our knee reaches the wall, or close to the wall as you can. Making sure we're not shifting through our hips, they stay where they are. So bring that down, lift up. Good, just lifting and lowering that heel. Let's look at the wall, keeping our head back away from the wall. We're not dropping forward. Good. All right, so still in this position, strong through that back leg, hips pointing the wall. We're going to lift our front knee, touching it to the wall. Lift our front foot, touching it to the wall, and back down. Trying to keep equal weight in both hands as we lift. Good. Really long through that spine. Take the left heel down. Keep that left leg straight. Okay, one more on this side. Again, if you want to bring those hands together, it might be nicer on the shoulders. We're going to raise the knee up. Then we're going to sweep it back behind us. Extending that leg, but not extending through the lower back. So keep everything locked in. Come up, bring the knee to the wall. Sweep, it's okay if your foot sweeps against the floor. Take it back. Sweep up. And back, equal weight in both hands, really strong in that left leg. Last one. Good. Come on off the wall. Shake those arms up. Okay, let's take our left leg forward, big toe against the wall. Right leg back is in our staggered stance. Hips are facing the wall, so making sure we're not rotated in any way. Little bend in that left knee. Let's go palms either together or palms flat. Anything that lets your upper traps not work. We want them to relax. So strong through that right leg. Quad is engaged, heels pressing down. Puff out your upper back. Lifting that left heel, keeping the toes on the ground. Left heel lifts and down. Good, pulling that head back, maybe even looking at your hands or just below your hands. Awesome. Let's go 4 more. Good. You might find that really simple, but it is a really good core exercise to engage your wetsuit. So trying to keep both equal weight on both hands, as well as find the cross-body connection. From here, bottom leg straight, dig that heel into the ground, push away from the wall, round that upper back a little bit. We're gonna lift that knee, trying to keep equal weight in both hands, and back down. Good. Lift, back down. Try not to sink or move those hips, really tall through that spine. 1 more. Good, all right, we're going to lift up, extend that leg, sweep it back. Remember, don't extend through the lower back. Bring the leg up, sweep it back. Up. Good, still equal weight on both hands or forearms. Last one. Good job. Whew. Shake those arms out. Okay, we're going to go to quadruped again. So quadruped is tabletop. So tuck those toes under. Hands, try to have them right underneath the shoulders or a little bit in front. You can turn your arms out if that feels more comfortable. Tuck your toes and make sure those hips are right over top of the knees. So shoulders down away from ears, lower ribs pulled in. So you should feel a bit of tension in your abdominals. From here, we're going to do scapular push-ups again. So pinch our shoulder blades together, pull back up. Pinch together, pull back up. Make sure you're not doing this. It's not a head movement. Almost think about your head pulling up as you move down. That'll keep it more in line with the spine. Good, last one. All right, so if you haven't already, turn those hands out so that your thumbs are pointing up to the front of your mat. Your hands are about 45 degrees, and our elbow creases are going to be pointing to the front of the mat, so when we bend our elbows, they're going to point towards our legs. So shoulders away from ears. We're still in that good posture. We're going to bend our elbows a little bit and straighten them. So as you bend, you notice I'm not dipping down. We're not doing a lowering position. We're just bending and extending through the arms. So bend and extend. Good. Where we want to feel this is somewhere in through here. Maybe a little bit in that shoulder too. Last one. All right, we're going to add. So we're going to bend, pinch the shoulder blades together. As we come up, we push them all the way. Bend the elbows, pinch the shoulder blades, push all the way. Let's bend and pinch the shoulder blades together in one go. And push everything away, still keeping those lower ribs up. Bend, press, one more, bend, and press. Okay, the next time we're going to be in this tall kneeling position. So if you would like a towel for your knees, that gives you more padding, or you can roll your mat, or you can use a pillow. Make sure you're not tucking your toes under because that's going to put a lot of pressure on the knees, so we're going to keep our feet flat. So in this position, try to be one straight line from the knees all the way up to the shoulders, keeping that head back as well, so no heads going forward. So we're going to take our arms out in front of us. We're going to do a flat back lean, so ribs stay pulled in. From this position, you're going to lean back as far as you can, Good. Reaching those arms forward, pull yourself back up. Excellent. Let's do 3. Pull back, or lean back, pull yourself forward. And again. So this is core, but you should feel this a little bit in your legs as well as quads working. Last one, lean back and pull forward. Okay, we're gonna add some arms. So bring them down by your side. You're gonna lift those arms up as you go back. So lift up, good, pull back up. So this is gonna be more challenging because now we have more weight pulling us back behind us. A little bit of shaking's okay. Last one. Good. So make sure when you're doing those, you're not bending through the hips. You're staying one straight line. Okay, next one, let's place one knee on that extra pad. Take the other leg out to the side. We're gonna try to have our toes pointing forward. So you can't really see me in this position. So toes pointing forward, knee and hip in line. Make sure you're really strong through those legs. So foot is grounding down, knee is down but lifting through here. Again, make sure those back toes are flat, they're not tucked under. We're gonna take our one arm up by your side, almost squeezing your head if you can. Take that other arm up by your side so we're nice and tall and long, reaching through both sides of our body. In this position, we're gonna lean over as far as you can without falling, without collapsing, being really tall through both sides. Good, we're holding. Thinking about softening the front of our body, breathing into those back ribs. You got it. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Pull everything back up. Bring those arms down. Switching sides. So set up position, hip right over top of knee. You're not too far to one side. Other leg out straight, foot flexed if you can. So tall through that quad, foot is grounded down, tall through both sides of your body. Almost feel like your ribs are pulling up out of those rib cage. Take one hand up, take the other hand up if you can, squish your head. Here we go, leaning over to one side. Good, soften the front of the body, breathe out in the back. Good, we should feel our core working to hold us up. You got it really long through both sides of your body, lifting up through that supported leg. For 3, good job, 2, and 1. Pull yourself back up, bring those arms down. Okay, let's come down onto one side. So lying straight, if you need to, you can place a towel under your head. If this doesn't feel good on the arm, you can bend it, or you can use the yoga block or roll your towel up and have that arm straight. All right. Okay, so we're gonna bend our knees a little bit, keeping our feet flexed. Now, set up position. Think about pushing that arm down to lift those ribs up. So there should be a space between your ribs and the mat. Take your opposite hand and just place it on your top hip. Now, I want you to soften the front of your body or relax the front of your body and really push those back ribs out, sort of widening your shoulder blades. From here, keeping your feet together, you're gonna lift the knee up. Good, pretend like there's a pillow between your knees. From there, we're gonna lift a little higher and then come back down to that pillow. Lift higher and back down. Where you should feel this is all under that hand. Good, so really important, we're not opening, no, we're not rolling through our body. We also have our hips stacked right on top of each other. So if you look down or if you can feel for your hips, the other thing is if your knees align, you'll know your hips are stacked. If one knee is back, you know they won't be, or one knee is forward. So again, lifting those ribs. Pretend like there's a pillow between your knees. Let's go up, back to that pillow. Up, back to that pillow. If you feel this in the front of the hip, take that foot off You're gonna go higher from here. Good, I don't know how many we've done, but let's go 5 more. 5, 4, 3, ribs still lifted, 2, and 1. Good job. Take that leg straight, point those toes, just rest them down. So same position, lift those ribs, push the bottom arm down. We're working our core as we're lifting them up. We're going to take that leg up and down. So up, higher than your hip, but making sure you're not dropping. So keeping everything lifted, everything long, feeling this in the outer hip. Good. Bottom leg presses down. Ribs are still lifted. Let's go 4 more. I hope your hip is burning. Last one. Good job. Let's roll over to the other side. So same thing, if you don't like that stretched out arm, you can put your head on a block or you can use a towel or a pillow. All right, lying in this position, make sure the knees are in line, hips are stacked on top of each other, lift those lower ribs, take your top arm and make sure there's space. Soften the front of your body, so if there's a wall behind you, pretend like you're pulling your ribs through the wall. Hand just places on your hips. Lift that knee up, so pretend like there's a pillow in between your knees. Lift higher, come back to that pillow. Higher, back to that pillow. Good, and again, if it feels too much in the front of the hip, try lifting the leg, going up, bringing that whole leg down. See if that changes it to the back of the hip. You got it. Lift and lower, keeping those ribs lifted. Doing great. Pulling the back ribs out behind you. Almost, think like you're a hunchback almost. Push them out. And last one. Straighten the leg, point the toe. Same thing, try to keep those hips lined up on top of each other. Push the bottom leg down, lift the ribs. Here we go, lifting up, making sure we're still long through our side. Up and touching our toe down. Trying to feel for the outer hip and glute. If you feel it in the front here, you can adjust your leg, maybe turn it in, maybe turn it out. Maybe take it back behind you a little bit. Good, keep those ribs lifted. We have 4 more. Excellent, last one. Amazing. Okay, so find your table position. Tuck those toes under, knees right in line with hips, making sure our lower ribs are pulled up. And again, if your wrists don't feel good, roll your mat a few times. Place more of your palms on the mat than your fingers. You can also turn your hands out. Sometimes that's helpful as well. All right, so in our table position, we're going to repeat opposite hand, opposite knee push, feeling for that line of tension, and relax. Opposite hand, opposite knee pushes, feeling for that line of tension, and relax. 1 more each side. Opposite knee, opposite hand. Good, relax. 1 more. And relax. All right, next one. Left hand presses into the mat. Equal weight on both knees. Lift the hand. Good, lower down. Equal weight in both knees. Right hand is pushed down. Lift. Good work. Can you get equal weight in both knees? Is it easier this time? So left hand down, equal weight in both knees. Lift. Good. 1 more, equal weight in both knees. Right hand is down. And lift. All right, we're going to challenge ourselves a little bit more. So find that really strong, stable position. Ribs are pulled in, neck is in line. Try to find equal weight in both hands. And we're going to do left knee down, right knee lifts. This one's hard. Whew. All right, equal weight in both hands. Right right knee down, left knee lifts. Good, let's try one more time. Equal weight in both hands. Right knee down, or left knee down, right knee lifts. Equal weight in both hands. Right knee down, left knee lifts. Whew. Could you get equal weight in both hands? I couldn't, but that's okay. All right, we're going back to this position. Tuck those toes under. Find your neutral spine. From here, we're going to lift our knees up, keeping our back nice and flat. In 3, 2, 1, lift the knees. Good, hold, 3, 2, 1, touchdown. Let's do 4 more. Lift the knees, flat back, holding 3, 2, 1, touchdown. And back up, lift, hold, 3, 2, 1, touchdown. And lift. Good job. 3, 2, 1, touchdown. Last one. Lift. 3, 2, 1, touchdown. Good work. So we're building ourselves up to get to a strong plank. Come to the front of your mat and find your table position. If you need that extra protection for your wrists, add something underneath your palms. If not, just go flat. You can have your hands turned out if you'd like to. So same thing, find that table position, ribs pulled up, head in line with spine, really strong. We're gonna lift like we just did, lift the knees. Good, take one foot back, take the other foot back, keep those hips down, one straight line from your ears to your heels. We're gonna push our toes forward, or heels forward, and back 5 times. Making sure no bums are up in the air. Keep them down. 4 and 5. Good job. Bring one knee down and then the other. All right, we're going to repeat that and lean back. See if we're any stronger this time. Take your arms out to in front of you. Everything from your knees up to your shoulders, one line. Even up to your head is in one line. So lean back. Pull yourself up and lean back. Remember, no hinging through the hips. Pretend like there's a rod there keeping you in line. Good. Or you can pretend like there's 2 panes of glass and they're moving forward and back. All right, let's add those arms. So hands down by your side. Swing your arms up, take yourself back. Good. Pull yourself up. Notice if you can go a little farther this time. Okay, last one. And let's go cat and cow. So tucking your tailbone under, rounding your back, coming into your biggest cat. Think about pushing your hands and knees away from each other. And then we're going to go into cow, slowly moving our tailbone, dropping our stomach, dropping our chest, lifting our head. And then think about pulling the hands and knees together. We'll do this 2 more times. Nice and slow, rounding down. Pushing our hands apart, and then opposite. And it's okay if you're cat and cow, don't move very much. It's more about the intention of moving your spine and creating more range in your spine. Last cow. Good work. Have a great day, Ashbury.